Busca la pluma. So everyone's checked in at the window. Todos dieron su nombre en la ventana. I got you. Okay. Did you check in? No. What's your name?
Wendy Garza.
Okay. Please be seated. Good morning, Mr. Wells.
Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, everyone. This is Adams County District Court's arraignment docket.
Buenos días a todos. Es en la mañana escuchar casos de lectura de cargos.
An arraignment is the first formal hearing following the filing of criminal charges against you.
La lectura de cargos es la primera audiencia formal después que le hayan acusado de algo.
I will begin this morning's docket by explaining the procedures that we will follow.
Empiezo esta mañana por explicar el proceder que seguiremos.
You will be advised of your constitutional rights.
Voy a avisar de sus derechos constitucionales.
Then I will call each one of you up individually.
Luego voy a pedir que pasen adelante uno por uno.
To confirm your identity.
Voy a asegurarme de cómo se llama.
Advise you of the charges against you.
Voy a leer los cargos en su contra.
And determine whether or not you'd like to be represented by an attorney.
Y luego voy a determinar si usted quiere la ayuda de abogado.
You have the following constitutional rights.
Tienen los derechos constitucionales siguientes.
You have the right to be represented by an attorney.
Tiene derecho de que un abogado le ayude.
One will be provided at no expense if it's determined that you cannot afford one.
Si se determina que usted no tiene con qué pagar a un abogado, de todos modos le damos abogado sin cobrar.
You have the right to a speedy and public trial.
Tiene derecho de un juicio público y sin demora.
You have the right to remain silent.
Tiene derecho en el proceso de no hablar.
Any statements that you make can be used as evidence against you.
Pero cualquier declaración que usted haga se le podría usar en su contra.
You have the right at trial to confront witnesses who testify against you.
En un juicio tiene derecho de enfrentarse.
You're giving a very general.
You also have the right at trial to have witnesses testify on your own behalf.
En un juicio tiene derecho de que testigos favorables te ayuden.
You are presumed innocent until a charge is proved beyond a reasonable doubt or you enter a guilty plea.
Se da por sentado que usted es inocente hasta el momento que prueben que es culpable, más allá de duda razonable, o usted mismo se declare culpable.
If you decide to plead guilty, you'll no longer have the right to go to trial on that charge.
Si usted decide declararse culpable, pues no tiene derecho de pelear su inocencia en un juicio.
All that will remain for the court to do will be to sentence you.
Lo único que quedará es que la corte le dé el castigo.
If you plead guilty to the charge, you will also be unable to appeal the issue of guilt.
Si se declara culpable, ya después no puede apelar la decisión de culpable.
You do, however, have the right to appeal a determination of guilt following a trial.
Pero si hay un juicio y le declaran culpable, sí puede apelar.
If you are not a citizen of the United States,
Si no es ciudadano de Estados Unidos,
a plea of guilty to an offense punishable as a crime under state law
una declaración de culpable de algo que se considera crimen en el Estado
is grounds for deportation,
es base para deportación,
exclusion from admission to the United States,
estorbar a que volviera a Estados Unidos,
or denial of naturalization pursuant to the laws of the United States.
o según las leyes de Estados Unidos, negarle derecho a llegar a ser ciudadano.
Now, if you'd like to be represented by an attorney, you have a few options.
Si quiere la ayuda de abogado, tiene unas posibilidades.
You can retain an attorney.
Puede buscar y pagar su propio abogado.
You may ask this court for a court-appointed attorney if you believe you cannot afford one.
Si usted cree que no tiene con qué pagar a un abogado, puede pedir que la corte le dé abogado.
Or you can represent yourself.
O usted puede ser su propio abogado.
Now, if you were given a traffic infraction along with this criminal citation, this criminal charge,
Si le dieron una infracción de tránsito junto con el cargo criminal,
please take that traffic infraction to the district court window.
una vez que termine su negocio con la juez, salga y vaya a la ventanita
Following your hearing this morning.
después de la audiencia adentro.
The clerk at the window will assist you with the traffic infraction.
La secretaria en la ventanita le va a ayudar con la infracción de tránsito.
It's important that you understand that criminal charges are handled separately from your traffic citations.
Es importante que entienda que las infracciones de tránsito se tratan de por separado con los cargos criminales.
And if you are provided a court-appointed attorney,
Si le damos un abogado,
that court-appointed attorney will not assist you concerning or with regards to the traffic citation.
El abogado provisto por la corte no le puede ayudar con la infracción de tránsito.
All right, we begin this morning's docket with Irving Gonzalez Gomez, cause number 9Z877040. Good morning, sir. In just a moment. Sir, can you state your full name for the record?
¿Cómo se llama usted?
Irving Josué González Gómez,
Irving Josué González Gómez.
And your date of birth?
Fecha que nació.
July 28, 1991.
¿Te habla inglés o quiere hablar inglés? No, bueno, ¿quiere seguir en inglés?
Sí, sí, let's see.
Okay, I guess I'll be a fireman in case you need me, Ron.
All right, thank you, Mr. White. Sir, did you understand your constitutional rights?
I do.
All right, and sir, you're here because you've been charged with the crime of driving while license suspended in the 3rd degree. A person commits that crime when they drive a motor vehicle in the state of Washington while their license or their privilege to drive has been suspended. Driving while licensed in the 3rd degree is a misdemeanor, which means if you are convicted of that crime, you face up to 90 days in jail and up to a $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge pending against you?
I do.
I reviewed the, actually there's not a police report, so I do not find that there is probable cause. What that means, Mr. Gonzalez, is that I'm not going to be setting any conditions of release on this case. It doesn't mean that the state won't go forward, it just means that I can't determine whether or not there's probable cause. Nevertheless, are you asking this court for a court-appointed attorney, or do you intend to represent yourself or retain an attorney?
I can represent myself.
All right, let me look up one thing, Ms. Gonzalez.
You feel the fact that you don't want one? No,
I
quiere
got
jugar.
ancestors in Chicago.
Oh, no, no.
Por eso.
Solo si quiere abogado.
I'm going to right now.
Pero solo puedes tener derecho de defenderse.
Okay. I'll look real quickly. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't.
¿Usted nació en México? ¿Qué es nada?
Don't know. Sometimes there is.
Oye, yo con la
No, you
inmunidad,
don't. There's a couple that don't.
no me entiendo.
Sir, did you, happen to fill out, your waiver of a right to an attorney?
I do. I said,
No, he filled out the one asking for an attorney.
I thought I had to fill it up.
You don't unless you want a court-appointed attorney.
No, I
Okay, if you would, go over here, there is a document, and it's entitled your waiver of your right to an attorney. I'm gonna have you, fill that out, and, Mr. White can assist you if you need him to translate for you.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and have a seat, and I'll call your case back. Oh, wait a minute, sir,
Yeah,
you're licensed.
I have my license with me.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you wanna try to take care of this matter this morning?
Yes.
All right, right now you're charged with the crime. Usually what the state of Washington does is once you get your license, or if you obtain your license, and you did so in pretty, short order here, the state often moves to reduce that crime to an infraction. So what I'd like you to do now is go across the hallway, to the prosecutor's office, the window right there. Tell them, you got your license, and ask if they can handle it this morning. All right?
Yeah.
You're still gonna probably have to fill that out though,
Okay.
the waiver. But I would go across the hallway first,
Okay.
see if they can assist you.
Okay.
Jonathan Rodriguez, 9Z215843. Good morning. Sir, can you state your full name for the record?
Jonathan Andrew Rodriguez,
And your date of birth?
7487.
Any questions about your constitutional rights?
No.
All right, and Mr. Rodriguez, you are here because you have also been charged with the crime of driving while license suspended in the 3rd degree. Again, a person commits that crime when they operate a motor vehicle in the state of Washington while their license or their privilege to drive has been suspended. It's a misdemeanor, which means if you're convicted, you face a maximum penalty of 90 days and a maximum penalty of a $1,000 fine. Do you understand what you've been charged with? All right. Sir, I did review the police report. There is probable cause for the state to bring that charge. Mr. Rodriguez, are you asking this court for a court-appointed attorney? Do you intend to represent yourself or retain an attorney?
Court
All right, did you fill out a financial affidavit?
Yes.
All right, you wanna approach with that? Thank you, sir. Go ahead and have a seat. Mr. Rodriguez, you don't qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue this matter. I'm gonna continue this matter to November 14th. That will give you time to retain an attorney, and look for an attorney, or time to meet with the prosecuting attorney if you decide to represent yourself, all right? So we'll continue to November 14th. Once you leave this courtroom, what I'm gonna have you do is go to the district court window here. They're gonna give you notice of that new hearing date. Any questions? All right, so November 14th, back here at 8 a.m. All right, make sure you go to the window, okay? All right, sir. Let me fill this out real quickly. Or do I need to? Jesus Cortez, CR 11338. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Can you please, state your name for the record
This is Junior,
and your date of birth?
12/5/94.
Any questions about your constitutional rights that were read this morning?
No.
All right, sir, you're here because you've been charged with the crime of driving while license suspended in the second degree. Person commits that crime when they drive a car in the state of Washington while their license has been suspended in the second degree. That crime is a gross misdemeanor, which means if you're convicted of it, you face up to 364 days of jail and up to a $5,000 fine. Do you understand the charge pending against you?
Yes.
All right, I reviewed the police report, there's probable cause for the charge. Mr. Cortez, are you asking this court for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
All right, did you fill out an affidavit?
Yes.
You wanna approach with that? Thank you. I'm sorry, hold on one moment, so I'm looking up something. Mister, you don't qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I'm gonna continue your case to November 14th. That's gonna be at 8 a.m.
Yeah, we're
back here in
gonna
the
send
courtroom.
that.
Before you
Submit it.
leave
Is
the
it clear to
courthouse, I'd
send?
like you to
I'm in
go
the
to the
courtroom.
clerk's window here. I'll give you notice of that new hearing.
Fax. Yeah.
All right, any questions? Okay, all right, sir. Jaime Gonzalez Marin, 9Z563047. Good morning. Sir, can you state your full name for the record?
Aquí conste en actas, ¿cómo se llama? Jaime González Marín.
Is that your full name?
¿Es su nombre completo? Jaime Didier. Jaime Didier González Marín.
And your date of birth?
¿Fecha que nació? 4th of August 1999.
Sir, you're here, any questions about your constitutional rights?
Entendió los derechos constitucionales. I understood them.
So you're here because you've been charged with a crime with no valid operator's license, without identification?
No tuvo licencia
Of course.
sin identificación.
A person commits that crime when they drive a motor vehicle in the state of Washington
Un carro,
without a valid license
no tiene licencia,
and without proper
no
identification.
tiene identificación correcta.
That crime is a misdemeanor,
Clasifica el delito menor.
which means if you're convicted of it, you
Castigo
face up
máximo
to
posible
90 days in jail and up to a
de
$1,000 fine.
$1,000 multa.
Do you understand what you've been charged with?
¿Entiende que dice que manejó sin licencia? Yes.
I reviewed the police report, there's probable cause for the state to bring that charge.
La policía parece que tuvieron razón de acusarle de esto.
Mr. Gonzalez, are you asking this court for a
¿Quiere
court-appointed
ayuda de
attorney?
abogado?
No, you intend to represent yourself?
Pero no quiere. I don't need a lawyer.
All right. Did you fill out a waiver of your right to an
Si no
attorney?
quiere abogado, tiene que llenar el otro formulario. Ya. Si gusta, agárralo y vuelve para acá. Ya. En inglés o español, busca uno.
All right, fill that out and then bring it to my attention if you have any questions.
Dice, llénalo.
Bring those to
luego.
my attention as well. And we will move on in the meantime.
Okay. Okay.
Wendy Garza. Cause number 9Z963125. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please state your full name for the record?
Wendy Garza.
Thank you, thank you.
And your date of birth?
2695.
Any questions about your constitutional rights? All right, Ms. Garza, you're here because you've been charged with a crime of assault in the 4th degree. A person commits that crime when they intentionally assault another human
Está
being.
renunciando su derecho de tener abogado. Dice, oh, no me sigue.
I believe this is also domestic violence, which means that the assault was allegedly committed against a person that's defined by law as being a family member. Here, I believe it's alleged that on or about September 27th, that you assaulted your boyfriend. Assault in the 4th degree, domestic violence is a gross misdemeanor, which means if you're convicted of that charge, you face up to 364 days in jail and up to a $5,000 fine. Do you understand the charge pending against you?
Yes.
All right, I reviewed the police report, there's probable cause for the charge. Ms. Garza, are you asking this court for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
All right, fill out an affidavit.
I did.